clench my hands tight, so I won't unleash it too soon. Give to me when I am home, and I'll wrap you up, and we play hide and seek. And my heart rate climbs up above 130, and I wanna help you reach it, reach your peak. 'Cause you told me that you like to get dirty. You're dirty and I like that, when it's just for me.
Yes! Hey! Hi, you guys!
You're dirty and I like that. Wiggle your toes, clap your hands, stomp your feet, get ready to dance. And shake it like you got ants in your pants. Wiggle your toes, clap your hands, stomp your feet, get ready to dance. Shake it like you got ants in your pants.
Oh my god, I think I forgot my underwear in his car last week. What if his dad finds them?
Damn, maybe you should ask him to get them back. Or wait, isn't his dad the headmaster at school? Oh my god.
I'm the cool kid from the block. I'm the one calling all the shots. Whether you're ready or not, I'm about to panty drop. Go left, go right, working up my appetite. No fork, no knife, having dinner with my eyes. So sweet, so nice, have a slice of apple pie. Wanna see my mind, baby, you just tryna ride it. Getting ready for the weekend, popping bubbles through the ceiling.
Hey, Bagat! Oh man, yeah, they're getting a lot of views. Hey, Bagat! Yeah, there's something fun about meeting, your people in the cruise community. It's just amazing how you feel like you're already friends, even though you've never met. Hey, Bagat! Yes! Hey, hi, you guys! they're getting a lot of views. Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Yes!
If you're not this excited about Wednesday night being shit show night, then what's wrong with you?
What the hell's going on with that? That's ridiculous, and I'm gonna have a complaint for Premiere Pro in the morning. This is some BS. I will not tolerate this. This is an absolute outrage.
Oh boy, we're starting off with a rant.
I will not tolerate it. I will not accept it. This is unacceptable. Basically, what happened is my computer couldn't find the clips that are associated with my intro, which means forget it. Just forget it. I'm in too good of a mood to be going on Rooster's rants this early in the show. Larry, how you doing, my friend?
I'm doing well. How about you?
You know, begoctabulous. That's how I'm doing.
It's good to be back. Good to be back live.
I noticed your shirt.
Yes.
You notice?
That's a pretty cool pin. I don't
Yeah.
know where you scored that.
I pretty much begged for it. That's where I scored it.
I felt like I owed it to you after maybe taking one or two of your drinks.
One or two? You're full of crap.
That's the best to my knowledge, the best of my memory. One or two.
You took more than one or two, but that's, you know what? That's why your memory's not so good, because you took more than one or two.
Maybe one or two a day.
All sounds minus John's mic need to come up a bit. This is ridiculous. It makes me angry. I'm sick and tired of it. I can't take it anymore. I got Larry up as loud as he'll go. I mean, it's true. The only thing I can do is like add a filter that gives you more. Here, I'm going to give you some gain. How about that? We'll see if
right.
this works. Add a filter. Let's see. Gain. Boom. Add. Larry, I'm giving you some gain. Say something.
Something.
Oh, now you're really loud. Okay, how about now?
All right, I'm back.
Oh, now you're super loud. Okay, one more time.
I am back.
Is that better?
Hopefully at the right sound level.
Hopefully that's better. Larry's louder. Does Larry's volume go to 11? Larry's volume is now at 17. Still the same. No, there's no way it's still the same. There's no way. It's impossible. It's just impossible.
Still low.
Larry, you're clipping out at this point.
I don't know what to tell you.
All right. So Larry's too quiet, huh? He sounds great to me.
Well, I've never been told that before. But, I'll do my best to talk louder.
Well, okay. All right, let's try this. Let's try this. Let me see if I can find it. Larry.
I just saw sounds fine to me. Sounds fine to me,
Yeah, I know. It's like, I don't know what the deal is. I brought my levels down. That's what I know. My levels are down. Low.
We have a super awesome comment.
What's that? Larry is never loud?
Never loud. Never. ever. Well, let's not get ridiculous.
Well,
So I got to show you this. I have pages and pages and pages of questions for you.
okay. I'm
And
anxious to.
comments, and I don't even really know exactly where to start, but
I don't know
would
why I
say
just
this.
did that.
I will say this: pre-cruise,
Yeah.
the Edgewater was nice.
How would you know?
Oh, I don't know. Come on.
It was
You know,
nice.
The Edgewater delivery boy.
Okay. All right. Now I know. Do you don't happen to have that photo anywhere nearby, do you?
Yeah, I sure do.
You got to show these people this photo. So let me give you the backstory here. Larry it was my hero in the midst of cruise day. Well, I'll just say that. Don't mind me while I type stuff. All these sound. There we go. Stream Deck. Okay. So Larry, I ordered a lens for my camera, like a rental lens, and I had to order it shipped to Seattle. Long story, I got a brand new camera. My camera wasn't liking the normal lens I use in the studio. Had to get a different lens. Got the different lens. Had it shipped to the hotel. It showed up after I left because I just assumed it was going to be super late because it said sometime between 1 and 4. As soon as I board the ship, I get a text message from the hotel that my lens is there. And I was on Facebook posting a picture, and I saw a post from Larry that said something like, "I'll see you soon." And I'm like, wait, is Larry still like chilling? So
I'm lowly gold.
yeah, so I messaged him. I said, "Where are you?" He's like, "We're just walking out of our room." And I said, "Well, I need a hero. I'm holding out for a hero till the morning light." And I said, "Larry, I really gotta have this. I gotta have this lens. Can you pick it up from my hotel?" And he said, "I got you." Show the picture, Larry.
Okay, well,
Yeah, it's not coming in too well. It's not coming
I
in
got
too
the
well.
picture out on my table. I'll get it later.
Larry got a
But
picture.
Here's the deal. Here's the deal. When you called, though. So when I say this, I'm not exaggerating. We had 7 bags. 7. 3 were absolutely maxed out at 50 pounds. A 4th one was probably 46 pounds. We had 2 carry-ons were probably 20 each. So I'm loading all this stuff up, coming out of the hotel to get on the elevator, and that's when you called. And I was like, oh, we're so... And Melissa says, hey, this is what friends do.
See, I thought, well, yes, and you definitely saved the day. But the picture was so classic because you got your picture, you know, the photographer picture that they
Hold on, I'll
take.
be right back.
They, you know, when you first get on board, they take your picture there. Larry gets a picture holding up the box with my camera lens in and shows up at 0 hour with my lens, you know, like a true champion. And for that, I'm very thankful because that lens. That's right, Kevin. When a friend asks for help, you help him. That's right. But that lens was, I'm buying it. I'm going to buy that lens. It was a 14 millimeter 1.8 full frame Sony G Master, gorgeous piece of equipment. Yes, Wanda, I was.
So as we're getting on, the photographer's like, hey, sir, you got a box in your hand. I'm like, yes, and this is how I want the picture.
Don't mind me.
Any better? You see it
Yeah,
now.
Larry's loud enough. I'm listening right now. Some of y'all are full of baloney fat. Larry is loud enough. Don't worry about that echo, but Larry's loud enough. Larry, you sound great, my friend.
Well, it was our pleasure to pick it up. Actually, we had the only thing I had never done an Uber with 2 stops.
Mm-hmm.
And so we get in the Uber and we're saying to the guy this and that, and he was like totally on the up and up. He showed us how to add the next stop, and so it all worked out. It actually was on our way to the port.
Well, he's fine for me, Mercy Rodriguez. I just pulled it up on my phone, and Larry was louder than me there for a moment. So I don't know. On my phone, Larry sounds just fine. I'm gonna try it again, really quickly, just to see. I gotta mute my microphone. So Larry, start talking now.
All right. So the funny thing about your hotel, when the day before we walked from Chihuly and that area all the way down to the water and across, we passed your hotel, and I didn't know it was a hotel. I was like, wow, these are like fancy condos or something. This is a cool place.
Yeah.
So when we went back to get your thingy, your dinghy, whatever, I was like, this is the place we thought were condos. So seemed like a cool place to me.
Yeah, well, it was a cool place, and they had, yeah, that's why you should listen to the blind guy who can hear quite well. Great point, Blind Cruisers. That's as high as I can get Larry to go. That's where it's staying. But it is what it is. Larry's in St. Louis. I'm in Michigan, and we do our best. But that hotel was really nice. Bit dated in the rooms. Kind of had a feel like the Great Wolf Lodge. I don't know. That's how I felt. Yeah. But I liked it. The view was great, especially after the first day. I went down and I said, "Hey, is there any way I can get an upgraded room? We'll pay whatever." And they said, "Let's see." And they looked and they said, "Okay, yeah, it'll cost you an extra $107 for the next 2 nights." And I said, "Well, okay, let's do it." And I had no idea that the room I was going to get, oh my God. If y'all don't stop with these comments on the volume, look, this is as good as it's going to get. I'm sorry. That's as good as I can get it. And that's how it's going to be. But I get confused when I see the comments. I can hear them both. We don't need to keep messing. It's perfect. Okay, it's not perfect. All right, thank you. What do the blind cruisers think? That's what I want to know. Can you hear Larry okay?
Yeah, can you?
All right. But they gave me a room. I had no idea I was going to open the stinking daggone freaking window. And Arnold says, "Turn Luna's volume up, please." But I look out my window, and there is the Norwegian Encore. Literally 200 feet away, not even. Probably 150 feet away. It was awesome. The view...
That sounds cool.
Yeah, the view was stellar in every possible way, and I did like that hotel. And no, we did not get the Beatles room. That, I'm sure, costs a lot more than what we paid. So, but the first people I run into, okay? First people, I wake up, we got there late, midnight, after midnight. First people I run into, none other, Tony Barnett, Retro Sarge, Jenny Barnett, and Mrs. Retro Sarge. God, how can I forget her name already? This is, sorry, my ADD. I'm sorry, guys. I should know it. It was there, but it's gone now, like a fart in the wind. Heidi, thank you. And those are the first people I saw. As a matter of fact, Retro Sarge and Heidi were the first people I saw because they were just sitting there chilling, enjoying the view. And then shortly after, Tony came down. But I was super excited when I saw Retro Sarge again because I I remember we had such a good time in Vegas. So that was cool.
Sounds cool.
Yeah.
We stayed the first night at a Kimpton, and it was on 2nd Street. And I was looking at maps, and I'm like, this is awesome. All we have to do is walk down two blocks, and we're right there at the water where all the stuff is. Well, let me point out, those 2 blocks were straight down a hill,
Mm-hmm.
and then going back was straight up a hill. It was so steep, they built benches into the buildings on halfway up if you had to take a breather.
I
And
believe
I thought
that.
about it.
But couldn't you
I
have
thought about it.
Oh, I see Positive Vibes Adventures is here. Look, this hasn't left my wrist, just so you know. This has been on here since the Vista, okay? I had that in Alaska too. I know that's not the best view of it, but it gets tangled up sometimes because I wear a lot of bracelets. But I'm representing Positive Vibe Adventures on YouTube, okay? But
So we got in Saturday,
mhm.
not too late. It was still light out. Walked around, everything was kind of closing. Ate, nothing. It was still really cool. And then we had to switch to the Crown Plaza, which was fine.
We
Kimpton
had to
was like
switch.
Old World. I couldn't get 3 nights at either one.
Right.
So we had to go from Kimpton to Crown Plaza, which was super easy, except having to load up all the bags again. And so I woke up Sunday morning. No, I know what it was. We went, they wouldn't give us a room, so we dropped off all of our bags, and then we went to Space Needle, Julie, all that. We actually didn't go to our hotel till later, but it was in a good location. No complaints. Good.
Well, listen, in our travels, we stayed at the Edgewater. Then, at our first flight cancellation coming back, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm not going to rant. Our first flight cancellation, they tried to, the line was too long. We weren't waiting for the voucher. It was a 4.5-hour line to get a voucher. So we went and got a hotel at the Doubletree. Legit hotel right by the airport. Loved it. Fantastic hotel. Quite frankly, well, I'll tell you this in a minute. Then, after our second cancellation, we ended up moving to the Hilton because that's where the Crays were, and we figured we'd all be together and we could commiserate in our sadness. We stayed at the Hilton, which was a very fine hotel. Okay, no doubt about it. But the DoubleTree beats the Hilton all day long. Anyway. Funny story, though, when I did get into Seattle for the second time, last time we went to Seattle for an Alaskan cruise, we got in so late, there was no food. No food available anywhere. No vending machines in the stinking daggone freaking hotel either, which is ridiculous. But the lady said, you can always do Uber Eats. Yeah, they didn't have cookies that night for some reason, CDM Barbecue Mafia. And the real irony of the whole situation was that the captain and crew who just canceled the flight on us were staying at the hotel with us. I was going to have a pint with one of the flight attendants, but he never made it down. But truly, I'll get to my rant later. Great. So
I'm
now
sure
Bill
you will.
Leach is coming in and saying no sound from John and Larry. Bill Leach, if that's a joke, you're going to get the hammer. You know what it is? If that's a joke. Thank you, Kevin. I think Bill Leach. All right. Thank you. But anyway. We were exhausted. We got there. We got our stuff. Everything was fine. No worries. But we did all the things in Seattle, much like you guys did, right? We did the Chihuly, like you guys did, Larry, and we did the aquarium, right?
We did not do that.
Yeah, the aquarium was kind of like, I'm not gonna say. Okay, that's not true. The aquarium was not that. It was just I've seen much better, so it
We
was.
saw they're building like a brand new one.
Yeah, it was nice. It was nice. I don't let me say it was bad. So let the rant occur naturally. Let it ripen into the most epic rant ever. It would be well deserved. All right, before we jump down into the mix here with everyone, I did want to say hi. We got Nancy Kerstetter in the place, Bill Leach, Antonia from Positive Vibes Adventures. Amy Landon's here. I saw Phillips here as well. Kevin Brubaker, the troublemaker. I think his cousin Ofta is here as well. Sue O'Connor. Sue, good to see you. The coast across from Doubletree was a great hotel as well. Oh, okay. There was a view from one of the hotels. They tried to put us up in like a true stay or something. And I was like, what the hell's the true stay? I'm not staying at a true stay. So we're not doing that. But Sue O'Connor, glad to see you. We saw the O'Connors on the trip. They were there. I ran into them quite a few times. Diamond Dave. I now know who Diamond Dave is. And I'll be sure not to confuse Diamond Dave. The last names mess me up, Larry. You know what I'm saying? I'm not.
Oh, yeah.
I try to be good with all those last names, but I can't. But now I know who Diamond Dave is. He's a Coast Guard, not a Ledford. Somehow I did the old swappy doodle. That was by accident, but yes, Diamond Dave. I can't drive 55, yeah.
You nailed it. Oh boy, here we go.
Hey, sorry about that, but just doing a little Diamond Dave for the peeps. You good? Okay, cool. Thanks.
Yeah. I think you got an eye roll on that one.
Yeah, I can't see through the ceiling, but yeah, she'll probably stomp on the floor, or she'll tell me about it later. Travel delays and cancellations suck. That's right. Amy landed in the place. Retro Sarge is here. Lindy Lou. You know we all missed you in Alaska, baby. Yeah. Next time, Lindy Lou. Nancy Kerstetter in the place. Trevor Begockler. Michelle, my belle. These are words that go together well. My Michelle. I love you, I love you, I love you. I can't sing tonight, but Arnold Kump's here. He's no chump. Who else is here? Roger Johnstone. I'm assuming Wendy's here as well. Cruising for Food, Wanda Chiquita Bonita. Daniel Fields in the place. Trevor Gockler, Bill Matson, Richard Zellner. One of these days, Lindy Lou. Richard was giving me the business in the beginning of the live stream about, I said, here we go. And he's like, you said, here we go, and I'm still waiting. Mary Barkley in the place. TX Pepito, Conchito Momito. Linda Cusiak. Luscious Linda from Canada is here. John and Diamond. Got to hang out with John and Diamond. Kelly Madison. Kelly, I want you to know, the intro tonight was just the beginning of a montage, right? That wasn't all of it. That wasn't all of it. But I have to tell you, and I'm going to show you this right now on the live stream as we speak. Today I was looking at a group photos. Sharon sent me a couple, and I was working on this montage. You know, I got 4 of the 5 montages I edited into the intro before we ran out of time. But Let's see. Here we go. There were a few people missing from the group photo, Larry, when we did the pajama party.
Yeah.
And I started photoshopping folks in today. And I'll show you what I did today. Because, Kelly, you were hidden behind, I think Larry's shoulder. But let me see if I can drag this into the mix here. Okay, wait. That's just way too big. Let's get it the right size here. Here we go. All right, we're getting closer. Let me drag this in here. Okay. So, I'll zoom in a little bit. So, look, I threw Kelly in there. Look, see yourself? I threw you in there. See, there you are behind Kelly. And then I also threw Wanda Chiquita Bonita Byram there, standing next to Linda Alford there in the way back, right? You see that? And then I squeezed Melody in between Wendy and Mary Barkley. There's more to add. I just didn't get to finish it yet. But, you know, Kelly, we couldn't see your face for crying out loud, so I had to put you in there. And
that was a small area for a lot of people with that picture. I mean, I think they did pretty good, but it was cramped together.
Yeah, I mean, it was. And there were some people who went to change because it was hot and stuff. So, you know, if I missed anybody, sorry. I'm just, you know, I just went through the list instead of pulling up the whole chat. I see Lori Craze here. We had a great time with the Craze. You have no idea how much I missed you, my John boy. Well, here I am, Lindy Lou. We were live last week for a little bit with the Craze.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. Megan
Very
hides
good.
behind people on purpose. I know a lot of people do that, but see, that's when I pull out the worst photo I can find and slam it in there. I did that with Arnold. As a matter of fact, I removed it, but I changed Arnold's face because I wanted to put something more funny in there in the picture. But, you know. Lindy Lou, I did not miss you. You weren't there. Okay? Gina Bird is here. Captain's Table, MDR in the place. Glad to have you. Thank you for being here. It's nice to be back in the studio after being stuck in... It's hard to say I was stuck, but truly we were stuck. Okay? We were stuck.
At least you made the most of it. You did all kinds of stuff. You got to golf.
Yeah.
You got to go to Target and get a tag take off your shirt. You know.
Oh, you should have seen that. You should have seen that guy when I'm like, hey, man, I got a problem. He's like, this is weird. I'm like, I know it's weird, but it's kind of funny, right? He's like, yeah, you should film this. And Kelly already had her camera out, and she filmed it, and I got my tail removed. But that's a story for another time. Let's break it down, Larry. I know you got questions, and I know you got comments.
One quick one. I won't take long on, but what did you think of dinner at the Crab Pot?
Crab Pot, great question. Fabulous. It was great to kind of kick it off that way. What did you think of my entrance at the Crab Pot?
The one I'm thinking about?
Yeah. You know, this one.
Yeah.
You liked it, didn't you?
Yeah, it was like Jim Carrey and the Cable Guy.
Somebody has it on video. But
I've got it. Melissa took it. I've got it. Oh, yeah. It's a classic. I tried ignoring you.
It was a fabulous meal. There's a new name I haven't seen before. I didn't know. Was that a new subscriber? Devil's House of Kitsch? Or was that a super chat? I don't think it was a super chat, but thank you for subscribing.
Yeah.
Devil's House of Kitsch. I like kitsch.
So I think the Crab Pot's a great place. I think they took care of us well. And they had to kind of scatter us about, but it was all good.
I also got this gift. I want to try it. Let's see. Knock it off.
What everybody else think of the Crab Pot out there? I got the big steam thing where they just dump it on your table and you just go to town. It was good.
That is not a super awesome comment.
Oh, what?
Let me see. Let me see if it works. Might help if I read the instructions. Let's see. Hello. Oh, wait. Let's try it again. That is not a super awesome comment. Dang it. That is not a super awesome comment. All right, let's try it now.
That is not a super awesome comment.
Whoa.
Fantastic gift I got. I can change this to say whatever I want. I wish it had an audio output because then I could plug it anyway. Love this thing. I'm going to use this however I can. Next time somebody says something untoward.
That is not a super awesome comment.
All right, we have that in our arsenal.
Let's see if I can make it sound better. That is not a super awesome comment. All right, let's try it. Here we go.
That is not a super awesome comment.
Not the best audio, but you know, whatever.
I picture you tomorrow morning having your coffee, like going over and over that to perfect it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I got to figure out how to hook a microphone in there. DNG Explorers in the place. They said, what airline did I use? I used United Airlines. Yeah, United Airlines. That was the airline. And it's the second time that I've flown United that they've done exactly what they did. Now, it's a long story, and I'll get to it in a bit. But there is a bit of a rooster rant coming soon. That's all I'm going to say. It doesn't want to load, but, you know, it is what it is.
All right, so we nailed the crab pot, and the next morning was embarkation day.
Yeah, wait. Yes,
Okay,
indeed.
how'd that go for you?
Well, it went fabulous. We were literally got to the port. I'm not certain. Like we had to wait maybe 10 minutes before they started calling the names, or not the names, but like the groups, right? But once they started calling the groups, we were good to go, and we were on the ship practically instantly. So, no complaints there.
So we were 11:30 boarding. We got a little detour stop. We probably got there at about 11:45. And I didn't time it in that, but I have to believe we were on the ship within 20 minutes. And we stopped for a photo, embarkation photo even, and it was painless. It was so quick.
Yeah.
It was very well organized.
It was very well organized, and it was
A
a lot.
luggage drop off now. So it's raining, and they just have one spot that you dump it all. And the guys were trying to keep up, and it was a little bit backed up. But other than that, it was not a big deal. But getting on was painless.
It wasn't.
So
It wasn't raining when we arrived, but
it was just more of like a hard drizzle. Nothing, no big deal.
well, let me ask a question. I think the people
Yeah.
want to know. And I'm grateful that you were running late, but can you divulge what caused you caused you to be late?
Well, we really weren't. We were 11:30 to 12 boarding.
Oh, okay.
And we were going along with the rules.
Oh, I see. So, okay, but see, that's the thing. You're Larry from the ship show. The rules don't apply. Okay,
Wow.
you just board when you want to board. That's what we do here.
Well, we were following the rules, and
We don't follow the
No biggie.
rules.
all right. You're lucky I followed the rules.
But yeah, I'm very glad you followed the rules that day. But from now on, henceforth, moving forward until the end of time, just walk on when you're ready. Okay? That's
They
what
checked
we're
our
doing.
time. When we
Well,
were going
yeah.
through We had two
but
women
see,
check our time.
that's true. But see, what you do is you find a family, like a large family, and you kind of sneak in with them. And then when you get close, like when they're checking, you just kind of like pretend like you're doing something else, and you flip it, like you pretend like you're on your phone, right? And you're like, I don't know, we're just trying to get through security. Let me call you back, right? And then you flippantly just kind of show your paper, and they get thrown off by the act of subterfuge. It works every time. Oh, look at this. Cruise ship Tony. That's Tony Jackson in the place. Tony Jackson, Golden Cock winner, 2023, Sharon at Sea Ship Show. What do you think about that? Uh-oh. Larry's frozen, or he's in deep thought. Oh, boy. Larry froze on us. What happened, Larry? Where'd you go? Oh, now he's gone. He's gone like a fart in the wind. Okay, cool. Now that he's gone, let me tell you. Larry was awesome. I'm just messing. I don't know where Larry went. I sure hope I don't have to do the rest of the show. Who said that? Kevin Brubaker. He said, oh my God, they killed Larry. Oh, great. Now none of my crap works. That's fantastic. I can fix it. Where'd Larry go? Huh. Maybe I got to bring him back in. I hope not. But, you know, it happens. A ripple in time and space, ate Larry. That's right. You know, they found Devil's House of Kitsch, the newest subscriber to the ship show. Screenshot it for the Deep Thoughts with Larry. Oh yeah, this is great. My thing isn't working. That's just fantastic. See if I can restart it. I like to have my jammer working. Maybe by now, I don't know, Larry's gone. All right, well, you know, you're stuck with the rooster. Your pool party looked great, cruise ship Tony. Yeah, he did. He did have a pool party, and he is a very, very, very cool dude. I wonder if Larry's computer died. That would be classic. Like maybe he forgot to plug it in or something. Wouldn't that be great? And then he'll come back and he'll just be like, blah, 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 like it won't work. Should we call Larry? Let's call Larry. Well, maybe Larry said, I've had enough of this. He has been cast for the new Ghost movie. He's practicing. Well played. Definitely a super awesome comment. I don't know why none of my graphics are working, but, you know.
Hi, Larry Bum. I'm sorry I'm not able to take your call at the time. Please leave a message, and I'll call you back as I can.
He's so professional. He's such a professional voicemail guy. I like it. None of my crap works.
Super awesome comment.
Oh, well, it works there. Just doesn't work there. All right, that's fine. That's fine. Larry, where'd you go, my friend? All right, well, I'm going to, as they say, the show must go on, so the show will go on. I don't know if there's storms. Mike Cray. Super. Here you go, Mike. This is for you.
Super awesome comment.
But I can say he does not have the dial-up internet anymore. He's rebooting. Oh, okay, Melissa, thank you. Thank you. He had to do the old reboot. I like it. I like it. That's how I do it. Whenever there's a problem, just reboot. We do have some storms going through tonight, but they should be passed in by now. Well, listen, while we're waiting for Larry, so embarkation, no problem. Sail away, not as the amount of pomp and circumstance, I guess, that I'm used to. It wasn't bad. I'm not saying that. Larry's peeing? Is that what you said, Megan? But it was short. Let's just say Sail Away was like, okay, let's play the wobble, let's do the electric slide, let's do the other crazy songs that they do, and let's get out of here. I have 17 minutes in total length. And if I'm embellishing, let me know in the comments for those of you who were there. But it seemed like a very short Sail Away, which was fine because I had unpacking to do. And I always feel much better when my packing gets done or unpacking gets done sooner than later. Okay. So I've told this before, but if there's anybody new in the group or anybody new watching right now, originally when Sharon at Sea Travel and myself, we set up this cruise, we were supposed to be on the Carnival Freedom. That changed maybe a month or two after, and it switched to the Spirit. When that happened, our room went from a standard balcony to a suite, aft-facing suite with like a 50-foot balcony. I don't know how I lucked out in that regard, but it was stellar, especially when we were going through the Tracy Arm Fjord. That was the most epic day going through the fjord with our room. As a matter of fact, I could have spent the whole day just looking at, there was, anywhere you looked, there was just a vista of views that just would blow your mind. Oh boy, I'm getting messages. My Wi-Fi died. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. That's no bueno. Well, restart your Wi-Fi, Larry. Oh, well, he's probably not watching then. Hold on. Let me try it. Unplug and replug your Wi-Fi. Oh, wait, he's back. Oh, he is back. Look at him. He's right there. Okay. There you go. Well, you know, this is what happens when we're the remote streaming. So you're back, Larry.
I don't know what happened. All of a sudden, just kabooey.
Well, I'll tell you what happened. You're on a live stream with me. That's what happened.
I got my box right in front of me, and all of a sudden it was red.
Let me see if I can make this sound better. Hold on. That is not a super awesome comment.
That is not a super awesome comment.
I don't know if you can hear it. One more time. Here we go. Ready? Let me try it again. Let me try and get some of the noise out of there. That is not a super awesome comment. Oh, for heaven's sakes. Let's try it again. That is not a super awesome comment.
That is not a super awesome comment.
It didn't change. There you go. That's what I'm staying at. John, that was a super awesome comment. You don't even know what I was talking about. But anyway, Larry, you're back. Let's stick to the agenda here. Wanda's bored. That's her go-to freaking move. I'm bored. Okay.
Okay, well,
Hey,
where did you leave? Where did you
Sal
pick up? Where'd you
Patera
pick up
is
at?
live right now, Wanda. You can go tune into that one. You might win yourself a free Carnival Monopoly board if you donate $50. But, you know, if you're bored, Sal Patera, from what I've heard, is much more entertaining than this channel. So, anyway, Larry, we left off right where you left it.
Okay, well, I was just going to say to you about your embarkation.
Yes?
No, nothing out of the ordinary possibly happened to you?
Well, That depends. Well, no. What are you talking about?
Maybe going up the escalator?
Oh, good call. Good call. Here's something that's never happened to me before, and this was outrageous. It was oh boy. Now, that indeed was
Super awesome comment.
Mike Cray said Sal Patera is sponsored by United Airlines. Yeah, you know what? You're right. Oh, shoot. The battery keeps coming out.
That was not a super awesome comment.
Wanda, that wasn't a super awesome comment. No, this has never happened to me before, though. Well, hello, Paul the Fish. And speaking of Paul, anyway, I'll just... The firm let me down on that trip. The firm let me down, but whatever. We'll get to that. And Trevor, you're on the hook too. And Wanda Perlman, if you're out there watching, way to go. You blew it. Left us stranded in Seattle for 4 freaking stinking daggone days with no luggage and stinky underwear, socks, and everything else. Thanks.
Yeah.
The firm. They
So
win
you're going
every
up
case.
You're going up the escalator.
Yeah, we're going up the escalator. And as we're coming in, a gentleman pulls me to the side and says, you can film here, but once you get to the top of the escalator, you have to stop filming because that's where security was, right? I said, okay, no problem. I'm cool with that. So I take the escalator. I'm filming as I'm coming up the escalator, and I'm telling a story about how efficient everything's been to this point. And I get to almost to the top, and I'm like, hey, they told me to stop recording at the top of the steps, so I have to stop recording in 3, 2, 1. And I stopped recording. As soon as we start walking by, some guy comes up to me and says, you're going to have to delete that footage. I thought he was joking because it was the same dude that told me when to stop recording, right? So I just walked away. I thought he was kidding, right? I chuckled. And then next thing you know, I turn around, Stella's crying because the dude's on the phone calling, saying, oh, some guy filming, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, Stella, he was kidding. No, he wasn't. He made phone calls. I still didn't buy it at that time. Then I get to up close to the x-ray machines, and they're like, sir, we're going to need to see your footage. I'm like, no. You told me to stop recording at the top of the escalator, and that's when I did. So no, that guy right there told me when to stop recording, and he witnessed me stop recording when he told me to. So no, thank you. I'll pass. I put my stuff on, they let me go. Then I get through the x-rays, and as we're coming through, they said, sir, we're going to need to see that footage. And it was the same stinking daggone freaking dude. And I said, man, you told me when to stop recording, but you know what? I'm going to show you the footage. I pressed play. I said, now look, here's me coming up the escalator. You were standing at the top of the escalator when I got off. And you heard me say, and I have to stop recording in 3, 2, 1, and I put my camera down. But here you go. Here's the clip. And I showed it to him. And he goes, okay, thank you. And I said, and I quote, listen closely, because this is what I said. I said, what a hassle. He goes, sir, I'm not an asshole. I'm just doing my job. And then I was like, whoa, 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 whoa. I didn't call you an asshole. I'm so sorry. No, I was not calling you an a-hole. I said, what a hassle. And he let me go about my way. But meanwhile, Stella's like, ah! You know, she didn't like it one bit.
What's the best part of this?
Yeah, my GoPro was recording the whole time. I didn't know it, but I had my GoPro strapped to my my vest or my backpack. I was recording.
How did the security guy not see the light on?
I, listen, all I know, it was the same guy. It was the same guy watched me come up the escalator that told me when to stop recording, and I did. Now, if he would have asked to see the footage on the GoPro, then I'd have been busted. But he was only after what he told me not to do with the big camera, right? That's what I'm saying. Acts of subterfuge often work. So he was focused on my big janky camera. He didn't pay any attention to the GoPro. I didn't get any good footage on the GoPro, right?
It's boring. It's like it's.
But I realized that my GoPro was recording as soon as I got through the X-ray machine. So, I hit the stop button before I even got to that dude. But you know what? TX Pepito has an idea, and I like it. We're just going to have shirts that say, "What a hassle," on the front.
I thought it was going to be a pin.
Well, that might not be so bad, but how do you get a "What a hassle" pin? You got to start crap with security and film it? Then you're really asking for trouble. So, no, we don't need all that.
So you got through. You got on the ship. I'm sure you knocked out the muster right away, which was painless too. Right?
This is the first time on a cruise where the very first thing we did once we got on board, before we even got a drink, we did the muster.
I mean, I think most people, the deck you got on, they were right there.
Yeah.
So literally you had to walk 50 feet and you knocked the thing out, which was nice.
Yeah, I agree. It was awesome. No, 0.0 complaints on the muster drill.
So your overall thoughts on the ship?
I'm going to tell you right now, and this is all inclusive of the ship itself, right? Like, oh boy, that's not working. Hold on. I'm just trying to make it so your arms aren't transparent, Larry.
Oh.
Your right arm is, do you have green on your sleeve?
No, yellow.
Okay, that's why my computer doesn't like that. Okay. Overall, the ship. Sam Butler started the cruise out by getting a pat down at the airport. Huh.
Whoa.
Cruising koozies, muster was simple. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, it was. That ship was absolutely fabulous. There is nothing I can find. The ship was spotless. Spotless. I couldn't find. I mean, I joked around when we first got on board about our cabin. That was just a little closet in our suite that was decadent and opulent. It was a cabin that had a view of all the pipes. I thought about making a video of me like in my pajamas in that little but then I thought, man, I'd get my shorts caught on something and break something. Retro Sarge says I had to pay extra for his pat down. Ooh.
Wow.
Ooh. Well,
so I did see.
Oh, would you look at that?
Yeah, well.
Would you look at that?
Yeah,
that's what he said when they were giving him the pat down.
Mary Barton made a good. So because we're probably two of the last people in our group to get on, all the workers were talking about the red hats.
Yes, indeed.
They were like very intrigued by what it meant, what it was all about. They thought it was pretty cool. Mm-hmm. I mean, all the workers, security, everybody.
I agree 100%. And you can't even imagine, Larry. I mean, I'm sure you can, but that was a major subcockle moment for me when I saw these people in these hats. You know, that like I've been wearing this hat for decades. And it became my cruising hat once we started cruising on embarkation day. I never in a million years would have thought that we would, that people would do that. And that was really, really cool. I also, you know,
And they kept wearing them. People kept wearing them.
yeah,
the
I
whole
know.
cruise.
And now it makes me want to wear mine more than just Embarkation Day, and I'm going to, for crying out loud. I think I'm going to wear it every excursion day. But yeah, Jamie didn't have a red hat, and Amy Franzak, I will speak with you offline because I do have to talk to you. I did accumulate a few extras along the way, though. I'll show you real quick. And I'm sorry, I'm not very good at, like, I get a lot of cool pins, and I can't remember where they all came from because I get like 20 things, and I'm sorry. I love the gifts. Don't stop, okay? Please. The gifts are fantastic, and I want them to keep coming because I cherish every single one of them, and they're all in this studio in some form or fashion. But I'm going to just put it out there. Larry, you know I begged for this one, right? The Sting.
Yes.
And it would have been...
Happy to give it to you.
It would have been my favorite pin. Till I got that one. Cool Cigarettes Hot Air Balloon. Okay? I'm going to say no names, please, so I don't mess anybody's name up, or because there's others, and I'm just not going to say where I got any of these from, okay? Thank you. You know who you are, and I know who you are. And next time I see you, I'll have this pin on my hat, and we will acknowledge that I thank you so much. But got this from my bartender at the Alchemy Bar, who was my favorite until the last night when he gave Larry a drink at last call, even though I had tipped him $10 every single drink I had. But that's another story.
That was somewhat your fault. I grabbed you and said, last call, get your card up there.
I did. I was standing there. But anyway, I digress. I got that one. I got this one from a friend of mine. Turns out it wasn't a pin, but it's a great memory because when we were in Ketchikan, there was a store literally called Tongue Ass. Tongue Ass. It says it, Tongue Ass. Right there, Tongue Ass. It's actually some sort of thing that you might nail onto a board or something because it came with nails. It's not a pin, but I will make a pin out of it. Yes, I know it's not Tongue Ass. It's Tongus. But that's what we called it. And
so this is when I knew the hats were a hit. When we were like at ports or even in Seattle before the cruise, Larry Brandhorst is like, we're going to this place. And I'm like, what is it? And Diane's like, oh, it's a place that sells pins. I was like, all right.
We just had a super awesome comment.
Super awesome comment.
It comes from Retro Sarge. He says, I got a tossed salad at that place. Well played. I also got this pin. Larry got one too. It says, it's a ticket to the shit show. All these pins will make it to my hat. And then the only one I bought for myself was for the excursion company that took us on the whale excursion. That was it. So I think I have one more somewhere, but you know, this hat gets heavier and heavier by the trip. And it was really cool to see people wearing hats with pins that they earned. Although I brought a bunch of extra ones, like thinking that there'd be some people who would do the Rosinfandel or the mature male or anything like that. No, we didn't get any of those. But we did get a Golden Cock winner with Tony Jackson. Congratulations. And riding with Larry, yes. Thank you, my friend. I just don't want to mention names because if I do, you know. But thank you. Thank you. It was awesome following Larry and the whole family, like, traveling across the country to get there. That was cool.
Yes.
Yes. And Larry, I saw your photos that you took when I left my phone behind at the Alchemy Bar. I got my revenge, though. I think it was sweet, sweet revenge. with you picking your nose. But anyway,
So we got on the ship. The nice thing about it was definitely a little smaller than a lot of the newer ones.
yes,
Really easy to navigate, and it had a lot of really cool, kind of different areas. Atrium was really awesome.
it was so delightfully gaudy.
Yeah, good way to put it.
Yes, Larry,
Yeah.
I see. You're welcome. Thank you. Agreed.
So we finally get to our room, and I'm going back and forth trying to find some of our luggage, hurry up and get that put away. And all of a sudden, I hear this commotion next door to us. I go in the room. I said, "Whoo, Melissa, we got a couple of live ones next door."
Two people next door to Larry and Melissa. We're getting freaky in the room next door on cruise day. And Larry pulled out his camera, climbed across the balcony, and that footage will be in the next vlog. Wait till you see it.
Yeah. So I come back from the luggage and I see the door open and I gave a big old, "Hey, neighbor."
Oh, so they were really...
No, joking.
Oh,
It was
okay.
the Barclays.
Oh, well, you know, the Barclays like to... The Barclays getting down on cruise day.
And then she saw me go in our room and she's like, "Oh my God, you really are our neighbors." So what does she do? Comes out, start decorating our door with all kinds of
Oh,
stuff.
I like it. Speaking of Mary,
they were
she says,
awesome.
Mary says the gentleman in the port yelled out, "If you don't do your mustard drill, the red hats will come after you."
Oh, yeah.
And speaking of Mary, also, Slumberjack. Fantastic. If you don't know, you don't know. If you want to know, you should probably subscribe and join Sharon at Sea and the Ship Show's Facebook group, because that's how you find out what Slumberjack is. You don't want to miss it. So if you haven't subscribed to our channel, or if you haven't joined our Facebook group, I suppose that's on you, but I will encourage you to do so. Okay?
He's awesome. No question. So is Mary. They were great to have right next door to us.
You know what else is awesome?
Let me hear. Oh, yeah. Let me see. Yeah.
That's awesome. Right there. That is awesome. That is a beautiful photo.
What's that leg?
It looks like Pac-Man's eating everybody.
I see a leg.
I don't know
over
why
there.
Larry was showing leg. Maybe to show... Oh, look, my dad's here. Better late than never. Yes. Hey, Dad, I'll bet you never thought you'd see your son dressed in a short suit dress like Angus Young from AC/DC. Hold on, Larry. I got something else to show you.
All right. We're in the holding pattern. This ought to be a dandy. He comes up with, you're getting picture taken, and all of a sudden he's in it. It's like, and then unfortunately I wouldn't remember to the next day or looking at picture. But the ship was awesome. I was not going in with great expectations, but to be on a group cruise with 87 people, it was the perfect ship. The venues were limited, but because of that, we were constantly running into people. This one will be better.
What'd I miss?
I was just talking about the ship.
Oh, dude, that ship was fabulous. I would, my dad says he's embarrassed. I would cruise that class of ship any day. The Carnival Spirit was absolutely legit in every way. I got zero complaints. The MDR was fabulous. I know some people had varying experiences, but for me, you know I'm a snob when it comes to the food. Not one single bad meal on that ship. And I haven't said that about a single cruise in a very long time. Stellar, stellar, stellar food all the way around. And I will say this. Would you believe it if I told you my family, me, Kelly, and Stella, were the absolute very first people to walk into the buffet on Embarkation Day, of all people? We walked into the buffet.
Yeah.
We were the very first people to walk into the buffet. And they're like, oh, welcome. And I'm like, what's going on here? It's like fanfare. But Riding with Larry, thank you for the super chat. Awesome photos by everyone. And by no means am I done with this photo montage that I've been working on. That was only probably a quarter of it. But Larry, for the super chat, I think we need to give you something special. And this is what it's going to be tonight. Let's do this one. This is for you, Larry.
For the Ship Show, book by John. What's up, shipheads? My old pals John, York, and Dave. Well, wait, Dave's not there, man.
We got to get one where he
Anyway,
says
they want me to
Larry.
Pop in and say hi to this cooperative, C-O-O-P, co-op.
I wonder if I could
And they
edit
also
that in.
wanted you to know that the mother hen, Liz, is watching you, so you best behave. Bag. What's that? B-A-G-A-A-A-A, bag.
This is my favorite
You best
line.
behave, bag. That's what it says.
That's what it says. That's my favorite. That's what it says. And he calls it a co-op. I love it. But Dad, here's the full Monty. There you go. Look at that. Bet you never knew you'd have a son that had such fashion sense.
Hey, look at that picture, and that truck's gonna start belted out.
Oh yeah. Here we go. Ready?
Yeah.
A rolling thunder, pouring rain. We're going down like a hurricane. Oh, what's this on the back? Oh, they got a little thing on here in case you try and steal it. I like it. All right. But yeah, there I am. But here's another good one, Larry.
All right, I'm ready.
This one reminds me of you, but that's because you have one of these already. Check it. Look at that. Look at those two beautiful ladies.
Yep.
Look at them.
Very cool.
Oh, here's another one of me hamming it up. Another one of the ladies hanging out in Gandalf's village, I think, in Ketchikan. I don't know. And then another iteration of the boys. Would you look at that? I mean,
No
that's
riding
sexy.
with Larry Leg on that one.
No, it's there. He's reaching for it in that picture. If you look closely, he's reaching to do the move, right? But that, I mean, that's a freaking picture full of sexy right there, if you ask me. We got Doug, we got Larry, we got the Rooster, we got Arnold, and the other Larry. Now, Larry Thomas should have been in there.
Yes.
And Wanda should have been standing on that pillar, like on one foot, doing the Karate Kid crane maneuver. That would have made that picture even more epic. But anyway.
Did you see your dad's comment? Oh, boy.
What's that? Love
you
it.
in that suit.
Just like when you were 6? Yeah, well, Dad, I wasn't responsible for who dressed me back then.
Yeah,
and I saw some of
go.
those clothes that you put me in. And I saw the haircuts, too. Thank you very much. But then again, I've
Very
seen
good
yours from back in the day. So, you know, we'll call it even. This was definitely my favorite cruise ever. Everyone was so great to hang out with many great memories. You know what? I will say this. It truly was an epic Sharon at Sea ship show collaboration. Wouldn't you agree, Larry? Like the way everything went together and
it just so many other things. Like, could we have asked for better weather?
No.
The weather was amazing. The ship was amazing. For me, I'd never been there before, so the ports were amazing, just so different and filled with history and just such cool little towns. I could just go on and on. But again, we had 87 people of just such a variety of people.
Yep.
And everyone just seems to enjoy each other's company, have a great time. I did.
Yeah. And, you know, the events that we had planned, and with Tony Barnett being the master of ceremonies for the Lido Olympics and all of it, like just all of the, I mean, yeah, you know, you're always going to have like, discourse, but we didn't have it. Oh boy, what just happened there? I just went away.
No, you have no signal.
Oh wow, I think I'll bet my camera overheated. I'll bet you a dime to a dollar. I'll bet you my camera overheated. You just keep talking.
All right. So if you haven't been on a group cruise, it's hard to describe until you've done it. And on this ship, because it was smaller, it was just so easy to run into people. The different bars, we all sat together on the main floor, right in the middle in the MDL. That was awesome. But it was just really, really a great time again. It was great seeing people that I knew, but also very, very nice meeting new people, becoming friends with them. And everybody started talking. When's the next one? When's your next cruise?
Well, Nancy Fields, she said her last cruise was fun, but with only two couples. Glad to hear it. Glad to hear it.
They're all good. All cruises are good. But these group ones, I mean, the beer shot put, I couldn't stop laughing. And I knew what that last one was. And I couldn't wait to see the people drink
the
that.
Tequila, right?
The warm, like Jose Cuervo.
Yeah, that somebody may or may not have brought in like a water bottle. But anyway, so we literally, and this is the truth, Sharon at Sea and the ship show, we went around and scoped it out, right? So like to figure out, is this venue going to work for this event? Are we going to be able to do this? Like we did our due diligence there, and we thought it was going to be tight for the that particular event, and it was
a little bit. Yeah,
it was, but it was pure chaos, and that's what we're looking for. Now there were a few folks that were really in it to win it. I'm not going to lie. They were in it to win it, and
maybe Chris Ronaldo.
No, he was a superstar. But he was definitely in it to win it. Yeah. There were some folks who wanted to debate the rules of things, and we're like, listen, we planned this over 2 Zoom calls and some bourbon and, you know, a lot of thought on the outside, but we didn't create a committee of rules here. Like, you know, at the end of the day, it was more about safety, right? And that's what, you know, we didn't want anybody to get hurt. And, you know, we're just glad nobody got hurt. That's all I'm saying. The Lido Olympics, brilliant. I can't wait for the next iteration because I already have some great ideas for different events. Like, I'm thinking like cornhole tournaments, ping pong, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're gonna work this out. I'm still waiting to figure out the next Sharon at Sea ship show group cruise, but right now Sharon and Jamie are in Minnesota picking up the grandkids, getting ready to head to Europe. Nancy says we like cruising tomorrow, where others want us there. Absolutely. I agree 100%, Nancy.
Here's where the Lido Olympics were a huge hit. There were so many people not part of our group that were so intrigued by what was going on, and they wanted to be part of it and watch.
Oh, yeah, I know. And
Maybe walking around
when
like,
we
what
were
is this? What is this event?
when we were
This wasn't on
doing
a compass.
when we were doing the human bobsled, and people were doing laps around exactly, Wendy. We always want the fields there. As a matter of fact, we missed the fields on this cruise. Because they're a staple of that whole group. Like the fields. Imagine Nancy or Daniel as the shooter in the foul shot competition, right? Like they belonged. That's where they should have been. But I get it. You guys had another cruise canceled. I understand. But Larry said no Malort. There was Malort.
Oh, yeah.
In the double shot game. They had to do a shot of Malort first before they even took their foul shots. But, should the next Golden Rooster be a bobblehead? Ooh. Todd, if that's a possibility, it absolutely, yes. There's no doubt about it. A bobblehead golden cock, yes. And there should always be Malort. But yeah, we definitely missed the fields on that one. But I mean, we understood they had other things planned, and it would have been funny though to like some of those events. Like they would have liked those. I think
everybody did. I think they were all a huge hit. They were so fun to watch. It was.
Oh my gosh. So we did. So it started with. Well, shoot. Now see, I'm gonna forget. Off the Chisel says Malort is amazing.
It started with pin the.
Yeah, pin the healed.
Healed.
Here we go. Hold on. I'm not gonna pull out the whole background, but I can show it to you very quickly. Right here. So this is what we were dealing with, right? You had to take this and put it on the healed head or as close to it as possible, right? That's what you had to do. But that was a fun game. We circled you around several times and people were walking up. The other teams were screaming false information. And the real teams were screaming real information. It was fantastic.
That's when I knew it was going to be serious because people were like, they're getting too close giving instructions. And like, oh boy, these people are really into win.
Yeah, Riding with Larry says, I hadn't laughed so hard during the pin the healed on the yak ass. I had tears coming out of my eyes. Let's not forget about Melody. We're getting there. So what was the next event?
The next one was the beer.
Oh yeah, foul. I called it foul shots, but it was really called double shots.
No, it was the shot put.
Yeah,
where you had to fill
foul shots. But I was calling it. Oh no, you're right. The shot put. The shot put. You're right. It was.
So you
called
poured it in
put.
the shot glass. You had to run over.
You had to take a beer, like a full beer, like a 22 ouncer.
And
you
what
had to
was
pour it into. It was what was it?
Hazy IPA.
Yeah, you had to pour it into a shot glass, walk down the line, hand it to your partner, who was sitting on a couch. There was a designated drinker. You'll see the videos. You'll see it. But basically, you had to empty a can of beer one shot at a time by filling your shot glass and taking it to your teammate who was drinking for your team. Fantastic.
But, one, many people don't like IPA. Two, it's got a lot more like carbonation gas to it. So when you would pour that in a shot, it was like all foam.
Yeah.
They're pouring foam down their throats. So they're swallowing all this foam. And then little they know.
To top it off, they were going to get some warm, cheap tequila.
Warm Jose Cuervo.
Ugh. I wonder, which is worse? A shot of Malort before you do 5 foul shots, or a shot of warm, cheap tequila at the end of drinking a bunch of beer? Because I know one person, no names please, and I have footage of it with projectile after they took the shot of vodka. Whether or not they were vomiting or not is another story, but I have it in slow motion. So
that was a fun event.
Daniel Fields, I remember that moment on the breakaway, and I can tell you this unequivocally, that the last time I did a shot of Malort, I almost threw up myself. So, yeah. The last shot came with no warning, like my wedding night. Ooh.
Yikes.
Ooh. Damn, you just blew up the chat. My goodness, well done. Well done indeed. Holy mackerel, that was insane. You deserve a baby Trev in that one. Damn. That was the super awesomest of super awesome comments. Well done.
The Lido Olympics were very fun. The fish toss was hilarious.
Well, no, let's break it down. So then after that we had what? The foul shots in the morning.
Foul shots.
The following morning. 6 teams. One individual from each team was designated to take 5 foul shots. And whatever team got the most points in that event. I don't know how to say it. It was fantastic. Tony Jackson, I believe, won the event. But I do have to say that Wanda Byram told York Ragsdale that she was good at basketball. I'm not even certain she hit the rim one time. I'm pretty sure, and I told her midway through, I said, Wanda, go granny style. And she said, no, I can do this. And she didn't. 5 shots, 0 baskets. Then Melody Inglesby comes up after the event is over. Melody Inglesby, she's blind. Took her 3 shots to make 1. 3 shots to make 1. Melody, props. Somebody's got to put Wanda in her place.
Wow.
Oh, don't blame it on the Malort. Other people won with the Malort. Other people did it with the Malort. Now, Melody didn't do it with the Malort, but now that's not the X factor here. Wanda, you're just not a basketball player. That's the end. That's all there is to it. How did I get those mini bottles on board? Well, to be honest, Larry and I both got them on board. And what you do is you stick them inside your shoe and pack the rest of the shoe with like electronic batteries and stuff in your checked bag. That's what I do. I don't know if that's the key. Larry, what'd you do?
They were just in my suitcase. I forgot they were there.
All right.
I had a bunch of other ones too.
It was foggy that morning, says Cruising Koozies. Okay, maybe that's what threw Wanda off. Yep, the fog. Yep, you could tell. She's a natural. She's a natural basketball.
But 5 air balls.
Player. It was 5 bricks.
5 bricks.
And like I had to go chasing after them because they bounced off the thing that holds the rim up. And it bounced clear across the other side of the deck. And don't you dare start, Wanda. I'm just getting my revenge. You know how it is. Every time I post something, you got something to say, so I'm getting my revenge when I can. I get it in when I can fit it in. Wanda sucks at basketball. Sorry. Melody, on the other hand, superstar.
That's impressive.
I had a gallon Ziploc full of little bottles in my suitcase. Oh, Kelly Madison. Oh, boo-hoo. You can boo-hoo if you want. I'm just saying. Wanda, you suck at basketball. That's all. That's all I'm saying. You tell me all the other stuff I suck at, so it's my turn. Well done, Rooster. You got your revenge. And it feels good. Feels good. It's getting me right here. But Larry, let me ask.
What was after the basketball?
I
I don't remember.
Well, let me think here. The bobsled, human bobsled.
Yeah.
Long story.
That was funny.
You got a full team, I think 6 teams of 5, or was it 6? 6
I
teams
think it
of
was
5.
6 teams of 6.
Okay, well, whatever. It was 6 teams, and they had to basically configure themselves butts to nuts. Now, granted, some people separated more than others, but quite frankly, I'm glad they did, because I didn't need anybody tripping over someone's foot and falling down and losing a tooth to win a freaking Lido Olympics game, right? Oh, that's right. Roger Johnstone, thank you for coming in hot with the correct answer. It was the burrito eating challenge.
Burrito, yes.
And of course, whatever team had Arnold on it had a ringer. Now, there were some really good competitors in the event, and I will say AJ Inglesby started off strong, but you know, he tailed out at the end. Arnold stayed like the turtle in the hare and the turtle. Arnold once again won the eating contest. Champion. Dipping his burrito in water. Somebody said there were too many tomatoes in a burrito. Listen, we didn't tell him whose burrito was whose. We just said make us 6 burritos and let's go. But apparently there was too many burritos. All I know is that Arnold, so far, is the undisputed champion of burrito eating. That's all I'm going to say. Cruising for Food says Larry Thomas impressed me with his burrito eating. Yeah, me too. Larry almost came in second. Larry Thomas was voluntold by his wife. Oh my God. Here we go, Wanda. She says the rules kept changing. There's no rules in the Lido Olympics. We decide the winner, and we knew from the very start which team was going to win. We set it up that way. But Larry, next up, we had the human bobsled. It was butts to nuts. You had to do a lap around the track, and it was hysterical.
Yes.
It was hysterical. It was awesome. And then the final event. What'd you think of the final event, Larry?
The lubed fish throwing contest.
Yes. Oh
Wow.
my gosh. Wait, Larry. We must stop the live stream right now.
Super awesome comment.
Well, there's one super awesome comment, and then there's...
That is not a super awesome comment.
The first one was from Gina Bird. She said, Tony Jackson was behind me in the race. I was warned not to bend over. That was a triple super awesome comment. But then Wanda comes in. Thanks, TX Pepito. I heard they like the way I handle balls.
That is not a super awesome comment.
Actually, it kind of is. Well done, Wanda. Well done, Gina. You both did good. I cost the green team the gold when I dropped the fish, not once but twice. Okay, so Larry, explain to the peeps what the fish tossing game was, because I have to shake the dew off the lily.
Okay. We'll see you in a few. So the fish tossing, it was kind of like a fish egg, like rubber or plastic that they put in a bag of lube. They lubed it all up, and then John actually brought ponchos for everybody so the lube wouldn't get all over them, and you spread out your teammates, and you had to toss the fish from one teammate to the next until it got to the end, and you brought it back, and you went back again. But if you dropped it, you had to go back to the person that threw it to you and do it again. It was really good. It would have been way better if everybody would have been spread out about 10 feet apart. Then, because they were so close, and they weren't afraid of getting the stuff on them, they would just catch the fish right up against their poncho. So it made it a little bit easier, but it was so fun. It was a fun event. And that was the one that strangers were looking like, what is this activity of the ship?
What
How
was
come we didn't know
horrible?
about
What did
it?
I miss?
I just explained to them what the fish toss event was and how the people not in our group were intrigued by it. Like they thought it was a carnival event they're putting out on.
Oh, yeah. So here we are with like real lube, like lube that you would get at adamandeve.com. Right? That was what we had. And we had like a fish. As a matter of fact, I'll show you.
It was a lot of fun. We did it up on one of the top decks, maybe 10. We found a really good spot that was kind of out of the wind, not too windy. It was always windy up there. As we're doing it though, Matthew yells out, "Whales!" And right off the ship was about 5 whales. It was really cool.
Are you talking about Louise? Hi, this is Louise, your naturalist. If you look to your left at 2 o'clock, sorry, you're right, at 2 o'clock, you will see 2 bald eagles flying over 2 whales humping. Don't look at the whales. Look at the eagles. Look in the tree. It looks like 2 golf balls in a tree. Thank you. But this is the fish, right? Like this is our toss and tilapia fish, if you will. We took this thing, put it in a garbage bag, and thanks to Mrs. Ledford for helping with that. We lubed it on up, and you had to toss it up and down. I think John and Louise are the same person. You basically had to line your team up in a line, and we tossed it down. They had to toss it down, back, and down again. And if they dropped it, it had to go back to the person that tossed it. It was entertaining, if nothing else.
Yes.
It was fantastic. Now, hindsight being 2020, we would have separated you people even more, so that there would have been more drops. But y'all did well, and let's not forget that we had 2 blind participants in the event. And they did their part. Now, they didn't have to catch the fish, obviously, but they had to throw it, and they did their part.
They did fine.
Yep.
They were good. They were great.
Yep. Diamond Dave said she was a lube girl. Well, you know, it's funny, too, because I learned something on this cruise, Larry, and maybe it's something I'll learn later in life here. A lot of people told me that the real way to go is baby oil. Like the lube stuff isn't where it's at. It's baby oil, apparently. I was told that by numerous individuals who were participants in the event, that the lube was not up to snuff. It should have been baby oil. So who knew? Who knew?
Now we know.
Now we know. Smells
so
good.
That was the last event, and then we did ceremonies, and that was a lot of fun.
Indeed.
Giving out the gold, silver, and brown, kind of wrapping up the cruise.
Tony Barnett, master of ceremonies, closed it out for us, and it was a success all the way around. And not just, you know, for the events that we did, but even like just, you know, everything. The weather, like you said, Larry. The ship. The food, the service. The service was stellar. Stellar,
yes,
in my opinion.
Yes.
Stellar.
Oh, I agree.
I didn't run into any like people with attitudes, really. Except for the guy with the camera. He was looking for trouble. It was kind of sticky, so I'm sure it tore something up if used properly, says Coos and Cruisies. Well, my hands are still kind of calloused, and as you can see, they're all cut up. That really has nothing to do with the sprinkler repair I did yesterday. Don't mind my nasty nails, but I came home 5 days late! 5 days late from my cruise, only to find that one of my sprinklers was busted, and I had to fix that. But
So the one part I will say that was really about the Olympics was the team selections. So no spouses were on the same team.
Good call.
They
Yep.
were all split up. So that made it even more fun because it was pitting husband against wife, and it was awesome.
Well, it was anybody's game to win, and Tess just answered Rhonda Carney's question about who won. It was anybody's game to win. It was up and down in the scores because we literally had a spreadsheet. We kept score. I mean, you could talk about the rules if you want, but I mean, whatever. But we definitely were legit on the point scoring. And at the end of the day, the gold team came out victorious. It was Tess, Larry Brandhorst, Melody, Mariah, Lindsay, and Jimmy Butler. Gold team. Right? Am I right there? Well, let's be honest, Larry. You were a little worse for wear the morning of the second day.
All right. Just the one morning.
Yes, I know. You were fine. I'm just saying. Like, I remember you showed up and you were like, brr.
Too many comedy clubs.
You were like...
Yeah.
It was a true success all the way around. You never know what to expect, and I was worried because, like you said about the weather, Larry, when you looked at the weather report leading up to the cruise, you would have thought we were going into, like, freezing cold temperatures every day, and it was not that at all.
No, it was, you couldn't have asked for better weather. I mean, we really lucked out in just every way I could think of. I mean, it was really, really an awesome cruise. We were there 3 days early. It was an absolutely awesome 10 days. I was very sad when it was ending, but I kind of feel that way after every cruise. But always looking forward to the next one. I had one, it wasn't really a complaint, but the one thing about the cruise ship is that enclosed pool area and the buffet got super hot.
Hotter than a 4-balled Tomcat.
Super hot.
Yes.
That was my only, and you know what? So we would just go through the buffet. It would take you out to the Serenity area, and we would just eat out there, and it was beautiful. But those two areas got pretty hot.
Yeah, they did. Oh, by the way, let's not forget, we did do a impromptu coop soup, and it was, the timing was horrible, but the way the cruise laid out, there was no way to squeeze it in any other time, really. And we did a coop soup. If you know, you know. If you don't, you should call Sharon and book the next Sharon at Sea Ship Show group cruise, because then you can figure out what coop soup is. But
good point.
People showed up for the coop soup. We did our thing. We did cigars under the stars.
Yes.
Right? We did all the things.
Fun night.
Yeah. So.
And the nice thing about that too was the weather was great. We picked an area that kind of blocked out the wind, so it wasn't that cold.
Yep.
And there were all kinds of people there that don't smoke cigars. That just we had
hung
two
out.
people playing. We had the guitar players.
Oh my gosh, how could we forget?
Yeah.
Tony Jackson, right? And Doug Ullinger throwing down in Guitar Town.
They were rocking
Cigars Under the Stars was probably the most epic Cigars Under the Stars ever. Like we had my microphone from my camera with the big fuzzy thing rigged up to a thing that was rigged up to another thing so we could sing. Kelly Madison sang a tribute to Tess. It was beautiful. It was fabulous.
She was awesome.
Yeah, Kelly crushed it.
She did.
Yeah, Roger Johnstone, that's true. There were people at Cigars Under the Stars that stuck around longer than they would have had it not been for us, right? Because of how much fun we were having. And we didn't get hassled by security with all the loudness and all that. It was stellar. By the way, I did want to show you something, Larry. Our room steward, I truly thought, I don't have the other one because he only gave me the one, but our room steward the first night gave us a towel animal that looked identical to our dog Luna. Well, I mean, it looked like a Doberman. Okay, let's just put it that way. And I'm like, wow, that's cool. That's almost like, synergistic there. But then on day 3, our room steward gives us another towel animal. Now, I will say this. All of our towel animals were pre-made, okay? They were not your typical, like somebody fashioned a towel animal out of this, in your cabin and made it. For whatever reason, our room steward, it was his first cruise back from his vacation, and he came from a different ship. But all of my towel animals that I got were prefabbed, if you will. But on the 3rd day, look what I got. A damn rooster. I mean, for crying out loud, I got a rooster towel animal.
What?
And I thought to myself, what the hell's going on here? Like, did somebody say something? I don't know, but I asked him and he said, no, I just thought you'd like it. And I said, you have no idea how much I like it, and you have no idea what this means to me.
And you have no idea it's going to make it home with me.
No, he said, you can have that.
Oh, okay.
He said, well, he didn't say I could have it. I'm not trying to get, no, he didn't say that. I took it.
Yeah.
Or, not
it
trying
fell
to get
in your
anybody,
bag.
I'm not trying to get anybody in trouble here, but let's just say Stella started throwing stuff in the bags and we didn't know.
It was in there.
Yeah.
There you go.
But yeah, so I have my own. I mean, this is another cherished cruising item that I will keep forever. A rooster towel animal, prefabbed. It's sewn together, like it's sewn. So it's not.
That is cool.
Yeah, whatever. I mean,
we
cool.
came to our room one night. We had a dog sleeping on a pillow. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we didn't get any of the typical fare. We had like a great white shark one night, but it was like this big, But it was prefabbed. It was sewn together. I don't have a problem with it. I love towel animals. But when I saw that rooster, I was just like, get the flock out of here. Come on now. That's just too perfect. So, anyway.
So real quickly, of all the excursions you did, what was your favorite?
Snorkeling in Ketchikan. Yep. Snorkeling in Ketchikan. It was, everybody said that you're crazy because it's going to be cold or whatever. Never once was I cold. Not one time. As a matter of fact, and I think, oh, look, he just agreed. I was going to say, I think the Cumps and the Ragsdales would agree. It was hotter than heck when we put those wetsuits on, where we couldn't wait to get in the water, right? Because it was so warm outside. We did, the fish there were plenty of fish, but they're not like the Caribbean fish. They're like more neutral colored fish, but there were starfish bigger than your face, like this big. I'm not kidding. And they were like purple and pink and whitish, like off-white. That was awesome. We saw sea cucumbers and crabs, and at one point I was snorkeling and I saw some animal had chewed the complete head off of a salmon, just sitting at the bottom, right? Super cinematic footage, though. Got it. Got the shot. You know what I'm saying? But that was really fun. It was fun. And then we came back into town, and the guy who did the excursion, he gave us a coupon. He's like, here, go take this coupon and go to this bar called the Asylum, and you can get a $5 pint with a free glass. So we went there. We did that. We went to the Tongue Ass store. We got some tongue ass action. And, we did it all. We walked around through the, was it in Ketchikan where the hostel area was, the red light district? Do you remember, Larry? I don't remember.
You mean the Creek Street?
Yes.
Yeah, with Dolly's.
Yeah, we did that.
We toured Dolly's.
Yep. Well, I couldn't because there was a big sign that said, you can't, if you have a camera, you have to have a ticket. And I wasn't prepared, but we did duck farts in Juneau. In Skagway, we did some dog mushing. What'd you guys do in Skagway, Larry? The train?
That was the train ride.
What'd you do in Juneau?
Juneau, we took a shuttle down where you hike down to the Mendenhall Glacier and
okay.
Can't remember the name of the falls now. Nugget Falls.
Nugget Falls, yeah.
We were there to get our picture, and this couple said, hey, how about we take yours, you take ours? And this guy, he got all the way under the water.
Captain's Table MDR, thank you. Good night. He said that it sounded like we had a great group cruise. But we will hit the thumbs up on the way out. Can I tell you a funny story, Larry? Oh my God, why does my camera keep turning off? It must be overheating.
Could be. But that was nice because the walking to the falls and the glacier area, you don't get right to it. It totals about 2.5 miles. So it was kind of good to stretch our legs. The visitor center, you see the pictures from the years past of the size of the glacier.
Oh, yeah, how it's
really
changed
cool.
over the years.
That was a great day.
Yeah.
I had the best lunch ever at Tracy's King Crab.
Oh, yeah, I heard a lot of people did.
That was unbelievable. It was really good. And it's fun. I mean, you're elbow to elbow with strangers, and I'm not that good at the stuff, and I'm trying to stuff open this flying on your neighbor. They better be expecting this.
I now know who Devil's House of Kitsch is. I owe Devil's House of Kitsch a shot of Malort. Am I right? Devil's House of Kitsch? I'm pretty sure I'm right. I see S-Jarm 4 in the house. Miss Pepito, how you doing? I was also going to say, so the Tracy Arm Fjord, we did the excursion that took you up close to the glacier and all that stuff. That was really cool, too. I mean, we saw it all, Larry. We saw drunk bears. We saw whales. And we did a whale watching excursion in Juneau. We saw 2 whale tails the whole time. But that's another story. But we saw eagles, thanks to Louise. If it weren't for Louise, I wouldn't have seen any eagles except that we can see them in our backyard.
So when we were walking to the falls, we saw a porcupine up in a tree. I had never seen a porcupine before.
You know what's funny, Larry? When we were on the the tour in Skagway, right? We took a bus, and there was a couple that we picked up in town after we got on the bus that were going on the same excursion. They must have been with you. They were a German couple. They were a bit older, but they asked our excursion guy, like, hey, is it normal for porcupines to be in a tree? And the dude's like, yeah, they're climbers. Like, apparently that's normal.
I mean, it was way up there.
Yeah. But, yeah, I heard about the porcupine that you're talking about.
Yeah, it was really cool.
Yep.
So we did that Tracy Fjord deal too. And when you got close to it with all the icebergs, did you notice anything about the icebergs?
They were, like, falling apart.
But no, what was all the icebergs?
Turds.
And seals.
Oh, yeah, we saw that, but I saw a lot of poo.
Okay, well, so good point. The point I'm trying to make is I'm down by the bar, and the guy says, we have $8 margaritas made from an iceberg, and you saw him chipping off of it, and I'm drinking it. What's this like? Do you remember what was on top of those icebergs?
Oh, my God. Yes. Right? Wait, there was a name for it. They called it a glacierita, maybe?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, I had one too. As a matter of fact, I almost put a picture of me enjoying one in the montage in the intro. But there was something else I was going to say. Oh, so when we were on the Tracy Arm Fjord excursion, we were like right at the face of the glacier there, and it was me, Kelly, Stella, Bailey, Arnold, Dana, and Bunta. And Bunta, if you guys don't know, Jay Nichols, he took some stellar photos.
Oh, yes.
In the midst of that whole trip. Yeah. But while we were sitting at the end of the glacier, like at the face, like the face of the glacier was falling off, like literally, like, you know, like that's what's happening. That's what glaciers do, you know. That's where the icebergs come from. So these big chunks of ice are falling off the face of the glacier, and Bunta's getting pictures. I think I may have gotten a video of a giant chunk of glacier falling off, but it was really cool. It's an expensive excursion. That's right. We did see sea urchins, Arnold. You're right. But it's an expensive excursion, and I've seen like mixed reviews on whether or not it's worth it. To me, I'll let Arnold speak to it, or Dana, or, you know, the kids or whatever, but to me, it was worth it. I didn't like how they messed up our time slot, but that Tracy Arm Fjord excursion was definitely worth it in my eyes. So,
hey, we had fun. The only thing I'd say is, I don't know if I would do it a second time. The ship gets pretty close to it. It gets, you know, all the way back there. And I mean,
you're right,
I
Jamie.
think ours was.
He is.
It was like $450.
Yeah, I think if you did it once, that's enough. But it was cool because they stopped at special locations along the way, you know, like at the falls and like different, you know. Look, here's two seals doing the old. And I was like, listen, I can get this in slow-mo. I have some stellar footage of two seals in slow motion. I don't know if I can put it in the vlog or not, but it was pretty cool. I mean, it was beautiful. It was gorgeous. Two seals, just two seals going to town in Alaska. They just made the sound of or. Sorry. All right, enough of that. Sorry.
Okay, one of the last things we did, and I was like,
agreed, Sue O'Connor. It was one time
somewhat skeptical about it. It turned out to being great. was the Lumberjack show.
Oh my gosh. So I didn't see
Really cool.
I didn't see the Lumberjack show, but we were in town when it was going on, and you could hear the crowd was going bananas. They were going bananas, and I've seen some of the pictures and stuff, and you know, they're big burly men. You know, I can see why people would like it so much.
It was really cool.
Yeah.
The setting, the stage, everything about it was really cool.
Did they do the thing where they run on the logs?
Oh, that's how they end it. That's how they end it. It's a little stage.
But they're like running like two guys on a log, and they're trying to kick each other. Yeah. I saw that at SeaWorld when I was a kid, but
the only weird thing about the show is the stands.
Was when Wanda ran out and started making out with the guy on the log.
I missed that.
That is not a super awesome comment.
Sorry about that. That was my fault. I shouldn't have done that.
You walk in and it's like a U shape for all the stands. And then there's the stage. Well, just to the side of the stage is the restrooms. So women are getting up and almost walking like right through the show. Everybody knows they're going. I was like, that's a weird place to have the restroom.
Well,
it was a great show. I really liked it. I was apprehensive, but it was really, really good.
Everything about the whole trip, I aside from being stranded in Seattle, which at the end of the day wasn't the worst thing ever. And I do have a rant for it, but I'm going to save it because we're still in negotiations. But aside from being stranded in Seattle with stinky underwear and all that, everything about that whole trip was stellar. And you know, it's tough to you think about it like, oh, it's an Alaska group cruise, right? Like it could Wanda got pregnant in Canada. It was glorious. Yeah, we didn't talk about that, Larry. The three wise men.
What? Oh.
Oh, which by the way, Larry, I smoked the stogie that you gave me in Victoria yesterday on the boat. Fantastic. Romeo and Julieta, I believe.
Cuban.
Oh, it was fabulous. I smoked it start to finish. Finished it. Stellar cigar.
So I did forget to talk about that. Is Victoria.
Mm-hmm.
That was a beautiful city.
Mm-hmm.
That was clean, but it had history.
Yeah.
It was really, unfortunately, we were only there for 3.5 hours.
Yeah, and Carnival's like, yeah, we don't need it. Ain't nobody got time for Victoria. I like Victoria, especially if you're going to explore the city. There is a lot of history there and a lot of beauty, like with their landscaping and the architecture, all of it. But
that one hotel, I can't remember the name of it. That was beautiful.
I have issues with Carnival's like flippant, like, oh, okay, we'll go there from 8 o'clock to midnight. Why? We weren't that far away. And you already shorted us in a couple other ports. I mean, there's so many Alaskan cruises. I did Ovation of the Seas, and we spent a full day in every port, plus Victoria, from the same port of call. Carnival, fix it. Let us have a day in Victoria. You don't have to make it a check-a-box port. Let us have a day. Or are you just trying to get us to buy more drinks? That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah, because Ketchikan, we had to be on the ship at 12:30.
Yeah. I mean,
that was a short day.
Stop it. Just stop it. If you're going to take us there, let us be there. But that's another rant that I'll post for John Heald and let him talk about how, no, we're always looking out for the best. We want to give you the best experience ever. I know John Heald is fantastic. But John Heald, if you're watching, which I know you're not, unless you see our pin the Heald on the yak butt thing. Don't come on. Fix the port calls. Let us stay there longer. And don't tell me the Carnival Spirit's slow. It's small. They get us in the ports.
We were cooking.
Oh my gosh, we were doing like 80 miles an hour everywhere. Fix it, Carnival. Give us a full day in every port. The other ships were. Let us have it. That's all I'm going to say. But with that, I don't know. I think we covered the bases for now. I'll get to my rant on the airline later.
I have a lot of follow-up things.
Juno's shop was also fabulous, says Jamie Wilhite. Yep. Jamie, I promise you I will get you the final piece of the vest. I had a moment with Jamie on the last night. I won't go into detail, but I love me some Jamie Wilhite. And I wore my vest that she made me on the breakaway, the rooster vest. I will wear that on every single cruise I go on. I guarantee it. Every single one. Much like I will always wear this.
Yes, I was so happy to meet her.
Yeah, Jamie's a gem. I will always wear this cool cigarettes pin on my hat. I will also always wear this Sting pin on my hat. It'll never come off. I'll never take the tongue ass pin off. That's for sure. But I got to turn it into a pin because it's not a pin. And then my ship show pin, the ticket to the shit show. These two I can do without, right? The Alchemy bar, I can put it on my brim if it fits. If not, oh well. And this one, I mean, it's an orca. I like orcas, but I already have the Lalito Loca orca. Oh no, did it fall off? Oh my God, I think it fell off on the cruise. Oh, nope, there it is. I have the Lalito Loca orca right there. So, one orca's enough. That's all I need. What do you mean, Wanda? Oh, no. Wait. Wanda. Your pin is very, very special. But it's in Stella's bag, and she hasn't unpacked yet.
Yes.
But yes, Wanda had a Slip and Digits pin. Wanda had a Slip and Digits pin. It was stellar. It was very special, Wanda. I'm not trying. See, that's what happens. When I start showing the gifts, I hurt people's feelings. But Wanda, I love that Slip and Digits pin. Especially because I'm one of the few people who have one. So. Kelly Madison says, Jamie Wilhite bestowed me with the coveted cruising pillowcase. I was so touched. Yes, we have a couple from Jamie. And I believe one of them's on Caitlin's bed right now. But I'm not going to go upstairs and check that. Oh, my God, my camera died again. All right. We covered the bases, Larry.
I think we did. It was good to be back live again. You still there? Hello?
You know what? I got something to say.
All right.
I got something to say. Maybe. See if I can find it. You know what? I'm not going to end it on a bad note. I'll do it this way.
And now, Deep Thoughts by The Rooster.
I bought this camera. I have never enjoyed using a camera more than this camera in all of my time using cameras. However, there was a lot of hubbub in the internet about how if you shoot in 4K, it'll overheat. I'm shooting in 1080, not 4K. I'm shooting 4 times lower resolution than 4K, and this camera is overheating. Sony, I know you've been talking about it. You better give me that firmware upgrade because this overheating thing ain't going to work for the Rooster. I don't have another camera to live stream with, for crying out loud. Fix it. Sony, I know you're watching, especially after the Lido Olympics. You're watching.
Yeah.
Give me a firmware upgrade that makes this camera not overheat in 1080p 60, for crying out loud. Jamie, you know what I'm talking about, our moment, right? Like, I saw it, and I had it too, but I held it together. We almost did. We got a little misty, if that's the right word, at the end of the cruise there. So, final thoughts, Larry. Sharon at Sea ship show, Freezer Bagakov group cruise. Should we go to Alaska again, or should we do Southern Caribbean? What do you think?
Well, I'm thinking Southern Caribbean. I would definitely like to go back to Alaska, but maybe in a bit.
Well, I know what you're saying. Let me just rewind that because I mistyped Arnold's name. That's all. I'm really pushing for... All right, so here's the deal. There's going to be another Sharon... I'm trying to type, Wanda. Look, watch when I type. Look at all the stuff that happened just by typing that. I'm not touching buttons, I'm typing. And I'm going to press the button every time, and you guys know it. Speaking of which, thank you all for the super chat. There's going to be another Sharon at Sea ship show group cruise in the future. But the ship show Totally Coop group cruise is happening. And I can guarantee you that it will be Southern Caribbean. Larry is hot on the case. He's going to find us the right cruise. Larry will be hosting. Myself will be hosting. Wanda will be hosting. Off the Chisel will be hosting. Paul Atta will be hosting. Trevor Begockler will be hosting. Most likely Tess. Most likely Rhonda. Kelly Scholes Madison. Your name's in the mix to be a host. It's a collaborative group cruise with our community. It's coming 2025 at some point. And it will be Southern Caribbean. Now, just know this. When it does happen, if you are a host, you are responsible for a specific event on that cruise. So, more details to follow. We're gonna announce those details once we figure out the test. Great question. We'll announce the details of the Totally Group Coop cruise once we figure out the Sharon at Sea ship show next group cruise. Because Sharon at Sea and Jamie, they will also be hosts of that cruise, right? Because it's the Coop cruise. It's a collaborative effort. It's coming. We'll figure it out. But I can guarantee you it's going to be Southern Caribbean. Also, I can guarantee you it might not be the cheapest cruise that you ever took group cruise-wise. I thought Larry already picked the next group cruise. Says Party on the Sea.
I have it narrowed down.
For which one? The Totally Coop group cruise?
Yes.
All right, tell me. What is it?
What do I have it narrowed down to?
Yeah. Are you prepared?
I am.
Of course
You're
you are.
asking me a silly question.
Yeah, I know. Look at you. You got a whole tablet. I'll bet there's like 40 questions that didn't get asked tonight.
Oh, you have no idea. All right.
Michelle M., absolutely, as long as you're willing to host an event. And you have to be in every live stream from now until the day it happens. I'm just kidding. What do you got, Larry?
So, the one that I thought looked the most attractive. So here, it's a
Good
small
call,
thing,
Arnold.
but to go to the ABC Islands out of Florida, it's going to be an 8-day cruise. It's
Hold on, Larry. Wanda's
Yeah.
out. Okay, Wanda is not hosting on this one. That's too bad. Wanda's out. I don't know why she chose to be out, but, you know, Wanda has become a card-carrying member of the York Ragsdale Contrarian Society of America, and I think she just says no to everything just to be a contrarian. Much like when you and I started our Ship Show Island in Coco Cay, like she had to start her dinosaur island when dinosaurs aren't even real, right? Like, it's the same thing. I get it. But anyway, sorry, Larry. I didn't mean to interrupt, but, you know.
No, that's all right.
Wanda's not coming, so there's one down. All right, what do you got, Larry?
I got so many notes all over the place.
Wanda, what are you talking about? You already told me you were in, so stop it. Quit being a contrarian. York's not watching, so you're not impressing him. You're only making yourself laugh. So just stop. You know you're a host. You're an OG. You'll be there. Stop it. All right, go ahead, Larry.
So, the most attractive one to me was Carnival Horizon.
Mm-hmm.
8 nights, leaves Miami, Aruba, Bonaire, Curacao. That's March of 2025.
Wait, there's only 3 ports?
Yes.
Okay, so that leaves room for events.
Well, that's that to go to the ABC out of
Miami,
Florida.
Yep.
You're only going to get those 3 stops.
Yeah, you're looking at 2 sea days just to get there, right?
Oh, every bit.
Yep. Okay.
Yeah. So that's why a lot of them go out of San Juan, because you're just so much closer.
Why can't they
And
sneak in a Coco Cay on the way back?
Well, this is Carnival.
Yeah, but I heard Carnival's allowed in Coco Cay now.
I haven't heard that one.
All right. Is it affordable?
So interior rooms are at $16.92 for 2.
Okay, that's affordable.
Balcony rooms $21.72.
That's affordable.
I thought so.
Yeah. AB Coupe. ABC. Like, I'm just thinking ABC. Okay, I like it. Dude, you know what? I'll talk to Jamie tomorrow. We'll see if what he thinks, but I think I like it. We'll put a poll out there in the group tomorrow. See what the people think. A lot of people will say, "Yeah, I'm in," but that's okay because it's exciting at first. But I think that's it. I would love to make the first totally. What is that? ABSAST coupe. What's ABSAST? Always be booked? Always be coupon. Always be coupon. Rhonda Carney says, is that per person? No, right?
That's for 2.
Yeah. It's
for 2 people.
2,100 for 2 people in a balcony. That's perfect.
$21.72.
Yeah. What was the other one, Larry? Oh, Trevor's looking for additional options.
Well, Trevor's going to have to wait.
That was the only one.
My other
Trevor.
options were where they didn't go to the ABC, but they went to like St. Martin, St. Thomas, San Juan, Amber Cove. It's just, I'm kind of limited. And I found a Norwegian, but all the ones that I've seen, this Horizon, which a lot of people kept telling me they wanted to go to the ABC Islands. This was the best option.
No, I like the idea of doing the ABCs on a group cruise, and I love the Horizon, right? That was my first Sharon at Sea group cruise. That's, I love that ship. The Alchemy bar on that ship is legit. So I'll talk to Jimmy tomorrow. We'll figure out some details, but that might be the one to go with.
I think it is.
I think that might be the one. And when is it?
March 15 to 23.
2025?
Yes.
All right.
Correct.
Yep. All right. I think we
the wheels are in motion.
And here's what I have to say. Hold on. Haven't found it. Is it?
Ooh, there she goes.
Nope, that's not it. Oh no, did I get rid of it? Oh no, I think I lost it, Larry. This is an outrage. There it is. Larry.
It's good to be back.
Yes, it is. You have no idea.
Yes, I do.
I've got clean underwear on. I've got it all.
I told you just to turn them inside out.
I did that. They got
Game
game.
Commando.
Mary Barkley says definite yes. I saw a lot of people saying they're in. I like it. All about the Coop Group Cruise. Listen, I want you to know, if you are a regular contributor to the Ship Show Facebook group, you are a host if you want to be. This is not John and Larry hosting a group cruise. This is our community doing what's best for our community, right? We're going to do it collaboratively. So if you're interested in hosting, I'm not interested in having my name on the billboard here. It's about us all coming together with our own ideas, collaborating, doing our thing in the ABCs. But I will say this. Larry is hosting an event for the boys one night where we're going to see who can stand the furthest away from the urinal and still hit it. That's all I'm saying.
Oh.
I'm just kidding. But you know what I'm saying. We'll have our own Coop-centric events.
I agree.
Yeah, we're going to make alphabet Coop soup in the hot tub. That's for sure. We'll all have foam fingers with our letters on it. How about that? You like that idea, Larry? Everybody walks into the hot tub with a big giant foam finger of their letter. I'm letter Z. All right. Good night, everyone. Thanks for tuning in.
Good night.
Don't
Good to
take
see
any
everybody
wooden
back.
nickels. Be nice to each other online. And next week, Larry and I will be coming at you live from back in Seattle because we're going on another Alaskan cruise. Just kidding.
Wish.
Just kidding. Larry, well done. You're
Good
one
to be
sexy
back.
man. Let me show you something.
Really good to be back.
Look at that. That's the only way to close it out. Look at those sexy, sexy sun guns. Oh,
All right.
I